Good morning, this is your Stat Sensei, Mr. Spensei, and this is an exit ticket on one sample proportions. I'm just going over checkout thieves, and this stuff is primo scenarios. So we're going to go back over the checkout thieves. At the 3% level, a significance level, is there evidence that more than 5% of self-checkout transactions involve theft? So right here we have our alpha. Our alpha is being 0.03. And let's take a moment and go back and look at what this was about because we're looking at more than 5% right here. So greater than 5%. So that's telling me my alternative is going to be greater than 5%, which means my null will be equal to 5%. At the 3% significance level, is there evidence that more than 5% of the checkout transactions involve theft? Well, this is what we set up as our hypothesis. We said the null equals 5%. The alternative was the greater than 5%, and that came from that word more. When we ran the test, we ended up with a p-value of 0.0522, which was greater than our alpha of 0.03, so our decision was to fail to reject the null. Well, the question is, what type of error could have been committed, or what is our best response? And our choices is a type 1 error was committed. No, we failed to type 1 can only be committed if we reject. Well, we didn't reject, so it can't be this. And by the way, we don't like these definitive was committed. We're not sure if one was committed or not. So that gets rid of those first two. And as a type 1 can only be if we reject. This is for reject. Type 2 is a fail to. So our best answer choice here is type 2 because we failed to reject. The only type of error that we could have committed was a type 2 error. All right, the next thing. This stuff is scenario analyzing our confidence interval. Based on the confidence interval for the proportion of defects, which of the batteries could the shipment be and which batteries could the shipment not be? Justify your response. Well, first off, let's take a look. When we actually ran the test, these were the values that we plugged in, and we got an interval of 0.0371 to 0.1162. We're going to need to go back and look at what the scenario said, but we cannot have a percentage less than 3%, and we can't have a percentage greater than 11%. And we're trying to determine which grade of batteries could the shipment be. So let's flip back up here and take a look at our scenario. The technology company manufactures lithium ion batteries for smartphones in 3 different quality grades: premium, standard, and economy. The defect grades for each grade are well documented based on the years of production data. Premium grade batteries have a 2%. Okay. Well, let's look back down there. Is 2% in that interval? And it's like, no, 2% is not in the interval. So it's like, oh, this will not premium. When we look at the standard grade batteries, it says they have a 5%. All right. Ooh, 5% is in the interval, so it could be standard grade. So standard could be a standard grade. And then the next one is economy grade batteries have a 10%. Well, 10% is in there, so it could be economy. So I don't know whether or not, based on my interval, I know it's not premium, but it could be either standard or economy. So 2% is not in the interval, so we can't eliminate premium batteries. Both 5% and 10% lie within intervals, so the batteries could be either economy or standard grade. We don't know which one. Can't make that final determination. We just know it's not the premium. All right. Appreciate you watching and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you.